Okay, all right, let's switch gears here. I know you'll be happy about that. Let's talk about the homeless issue. First, who do you think should decide, who do you think should decide where short-term housing for the homeless should be located? And do you think the neighbors should have veto power? So we'll start with Mark. Who should decide, Mark?
The people should decide.
30 seconds, thank
The
you.
people should decide, and the council's office should listen to them. In Venice Beach, they're trying to put a monstrosity big structure right next to my sister's neighborhood at Mbps. The people are completely against it. The people should decide. There are places where we can solve this homeless crisis. If you look at my flyer, we can get these people off the streets in less than 5 years. All you have to do is open the shelters 24/7, 365. They're not. They're closed 6 months out of the year, and they kick them out at 5 a.m. That way, you guys will vote for HHH, a $1.2 billion tax on yourselves.
Okay, Paul, 30 seconds.
I think it's got to be a combination of stakeholders and elected officials and everyone, and I think neighbors should weigh in and be listened to very substantially. I would point out that the model has changed. There are a lot of homeless people. I just had a meeting with PATH on this yesterday. There are a lot of homeless people that won't go into shelters. They said their experience has been they've only run into one person in the last few years that has refused to go into a unit. So the key is to create units for them to live in. There's no resistance on the part of the homeless to being protected in a unit as opposed to being endangered in a shelter.
Jesse?
Yeah, the model we have a crisis, and the model has changed. There's a move away from transitional housing toward permanent housing, and that's a positive thing, both for, I think, the community and for the...
So who should decide where the housing goes?
It should be we need leadership on this issue, so it should be our elected officials need to do a community engagement process with the stakeholders and actually plan it.
Do the neighbors have veto power?
Do neighbors have veto power?
Over if somebody decides, whoever the decision makers are, if they decide it should go here, do the neighbors have veto power and say, no, we don't want it there? Yes or no?
One neighbor?
No, the neighbors.
Let's assume it's an HOA, an HOA, or a group of HOAs.
A group of HOAs. I would listen to them, understand their concerns. Veto, I don't know if I would use the word veto, but I would absolutely listen to them and understand their concerns. And try to address them, because a lot of times you can address the concerns just by listening.
So as